knowing that black lives are equal, but just having to proclaim that black lives matter. We're tired of asking for justice, but having to settle for justification. We are so tired that we cannot rest. We cannot rest. We will not back down. We will not rest. I will not go to my resting place knowing that people to come are going to have to still be tired. We are walking today. We are gathering today. We are standing today so that our children will not have to fall down. They will not have to back down. We are walking together so that our children will not have to run, so that they will be able to say that it took the future. Martin Luther King spoke of the future. He said that there will be children that will walk together. This is only the start. Well, it takes a village to raise that child. It takes a village to raise a child that will know that the person standing next to me is an innocent individual. How can you say that someone who has not seen their day in court is anything but innocent? Is that not what our country claims?
Yes.
That we must see our day in court. So no matter what has been done, no matter what history can be brought up, no matter what criminal history can be brought up, that is an innocent individual. And if we want to speak about criminal history, how about we speak about the history of the country that we walk through every day? Yep. Whenever we speak of that history, we can say, oh, it's 100 years ago. You weren't a slave. You didn't have to deal with that. We can forget about that history. But when it comes to someone who is going to the justice system, is supposed to be rehabilitated, we can bring up the past. The village has come today to let everyone know that we are organized and that we will not back down.
All right, on behalf of the village, we would like to present these demands. First and foremost, we would like to assert that this is a human issue. This is not a black issue, period. We demand access to the video footage that will confirm whether Trayford had a weapon or not, which is not being released. They are refusing to release that. If he did not have a weapon, we demand that the officers be arrested, charged with murder, and fired. If he did have a weapon, we demand that the excessive force used be addressed by the Lafayette Police Department. We demand that the names of the officers involved in the incident be released. We demand that local police officers be retrained in de-escalation and other tactics to avoid excessive force unless it is absolutely necessary. And we demand reform and deunionization of the police force.
Moving forward as the village, we're going to continue to exercise our constitutional rights and justice for Trayford. We're going to make our point known through demonstration that we will not tolerate these acts of injustice any longer. We're going to increase our protesting. And your next step should be to walk out of your door and to join your brothers and sisters that are out here in demonstration against these injustices at our next protest, which will be announced.
Keep your eyes on the prize and hold on, my lordy, hold on. The only thing we done wrong, we stayed in the wilderness a day too long. So keep your eyes on the prize and hold on, my lordy, hold on. Only thing we done right, the day we decided to die.
Shot 11 times like a dog. They don't shoot deers that many times. Yes, ma'am, huh? No, he wasn't no criminal. He wasn't a criminal. Due process. We here on Thursday. We here on Thursday.
on. Hold on, my Lordy, hold on. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Today we are all gathered here for one reason, and that is justice for Trayford Pellerin. We have come to decree and declare that no matter what comes against us, no matter what comes our way, that we shall be like a tree planted by the still water, and we shall not be moved. So what I have come today to do is to charge each and every one of you that every time that you see Trayford's name, that you share it on social media. Every time you think of Trayford, or every time you think of injustices, you share his name on social media. We have to be the cause to rock the nation today on today, guys. We are the ones who will be the way that Trayford will get the type of coverage that he needs. Because we know that the city of Lafayette and the state of Louisiana is too complacent in its own racist history and its own racist roots, that it would allow people would feel comfortable enough to come past by a protest and show the middle finger. What does that mean? Well, it means that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. It means that you have made somebody uncomfortable. It means that the system is getting ready to be shaken up. You see, people have gotten things a little bit twisted and confused. What we won't allow to happen is for anybody to destroy what our ancestors built. So let's get that straight before we go anywhere else. We built this state to free, in the words of Gary Chambers. We built this joint, so no, we won't burn it, but what we will do is we are going to burn down the system that you put in the place we built. We are going to tear down the system and create, and with the proper way, we're going to create a system that works for the people, by the people, and of the people. So how do we do that? Many people have complained and have cried and have been hurt by what has gone down in the city of Lafayette. But this fight does not stop or start with Trayford. It goes before Trayford. Right now in the same city, the Lafayette Parish government has decided to side with Mayor Parish President Josh Guillory in their full-fledged attack on black people and poor people in the city of Lafayette. So we must make sure that every city hall meeting that there is, that we make it there. We must make sure that every town hall meeting that Josh Guillory has, we make it there. Trust me when I say that you ought to continue to follow each and every person that is here on today, because there are some things coming to this city. And that beautiful thing is called change. But it would only come with all of us binding together, black and white, conservative and liberal, Democrat and Republican, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, people from all across the board, saying that no longer will we stand for injustice. Because as Martin Luther King said, an injustice to one, a direct injustice to one, is an indirect injustice to all. So what are we charging you to do? All throughout the month of October 20th through the 27th is early voting. We are going to go out and vote early. We are going to make Donald Trump a one-term president in the month of October. I believe it can happen. So that has been a new voter location, early voting location, that has been brought upon this side of town for the north side, and it is at the Martin Luther King Center. So I'm asking that you go out and charge each and every person you know to go out and vote. We have to take away the racists from office. One last thing. We will continue to say that Josh Guillory is not fit for office. So I'm going to end by saying this. Josh Guillory must leave. Josh Guillory
must leave.
Josh Guillory
Must leave.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
God bless y'all.
Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right. I know it's raining, but ain't no funerals right now. So I want you to look to your left and look to your right. Do we see just black folks here? I'm listening.
No.
Just white folks?
No.
Our community is greater than the hatred I have seen on KATC, on KLFY, on the advocate and in the comments underneath. People have called people monkeys, coons. I've been inbox threats. People I know have been threatened, and still I stand here today. I want you to know today that I'd rather die on my damn feet than live on my knees.
Yes, sir.
I want you to know that I will not be threatened or moved. Now, that does not mean that this is other cities. We invite people to come to Lafayette and stand with us for equality. You see, the seeds of racism here are deep-rooted from the fields across this place. Blacks have historically been treated differently. But see, Lafayette is nice racist.
Mm-hmm.
You look nice for a black boy.
Yeah.
Hey boy, where you going? These same people that stand next to you are the ones making the comments in the comment section.
That's right.
It's your next door neighbor. It's somebody at your church. And what we have learned to do in this city as people that are more liberal is to suffer in silence. In the words of Fannie Lou Hamer, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yes, sir.
But what do we do? How do we change the landscape of this state? Now I'm gonna tell you, I came up today and I saw guns. That isn't my way, right? But what do you do when people have threatened to shoot you?
That's right.
What do you do and how do you protect yourself? What do you do when people have threatened harm against your family? You defend yourself. But see, it's unusual to see people with guns that are black. Because hell, we getting killed in this city from walking away from people. Yeah. We are getting killed in Lafayette with our backs turned. We're not going to be accepting that anymore. It's time for some fundamental change. And that starts with us. Have the conversations with your next door neighbors. Have the conversations with the people at your church. Now, I had another conversation today with a gentleman who came in my inbox and said, "You're a piece of shit. I wish they would have run you over." And my response could have been a four-letter word that starts with F and ends with K. But it wasn't. I said, "Tell me what you know about that incident. Walk me through what you understand to be the truth." And the truth was, he knew no better because all he knew was what happened on a video that did not contain the whole story. Folks, we have to look for our better angels. We cannot walk around hating one another. Lafayette is better than that. But we must look to our neighbors that are silent in the face of injustice. Now, I'm going to get off my pulpit because I'm not as fired up as some of the folks up here, but I will say to you, how we move forward, how we collectively move forward to be better people in Lafayette is by having authentic and real conversations and calling people what they are, racist. There are fundamental racists in this city. When you hear them say racist shit, say, "It's racist. I don't appreciate it. Please stop." I will leave you with this. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. Today, we will stand and continue standing for Trayford Pellerin until we cannot stand anymore. Folks, let's get ready to march.
If you're part of the village, could you please join us on the steps?
Can you repeat that?
If you're part of the village, can you please join us on the steps?
And something I'd like to stress, as I said before, is everyone who didn't come and stand on the steps, you are also part of this village that is going to raise a child that will be able to bring in people of all colors and all backgrounds into their loving arms. So you can get in contact with anyone that you know that is up here, specifically Steph here, and we can let you know how you can get in and make some change in an organized fashion. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start marching. We're going to be marching to Park City.
All right. Good job.
We're going to march in an orderly fashion. If we can all stick together, we're going to be headed into the street. Those that you see with white bandanas, those are leaders of the group. There's also medics that are here. All right, and everyone, we're going to have this be a symbol. The one going up is that everyone stays tight together. The only ones on the sidewalks are those that are secure. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Say his name.
Trey.
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 What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No racist.
Police.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No racist.
Police.
Say his name.
Trey.
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 What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Bring justice.
Bring 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 peace.
You're on the side. Join in with us. Bring justice.
Bring peace. Bring peace. Justice. Now. Justice. Now. Must leave. Must leave. Must leave. Trey. 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 Trey.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Say his name.
Trey.
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 What do we want?
Justice.
And when do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
You're off on the side. Join in with us. Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
Every day coming out here to be able to say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
You wake up and talk to your family members. Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
You see those KDC3 comments. Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
To your racist family member, your mother, your father, say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
To your neighbor that has hateful things to say to you, when you say his name, say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
For those who claim that they're American but refuse to stand up for it, what do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Not just Justification. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
Don't just type it. Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
Don't write it. Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
When it's convenient for you, say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
City councilman, say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
Say that on in his house. Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
Let the speaker is talking right now. Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
Say his name.
Trey.
Justice. When do we want it? Now. When do we want it?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
When do we want it?
Justice.
All right.
No justice, no peace. No racist,
No peace.
no justice,
No peace.
no racist.
Police.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
No justice,
No peace.
no racist,
Police.
no justice,
No peace.
no racist.
Police.
Josh Gillery,
Must leave.
Josh Gillery,
Must leave.
Josh Gillery,
Must leave.
Josh Gillery.
Must leave.
We,
Oucha.
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 we.
Oucha.
No justice,
No peace.
no racist,
Police.
no justice,
No peace.
no racist.
Police.
Bring justice, bring justice, bring justice, bring justice, bring justice, bring justice.
Bring peace.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
No justice,
No peace.
no racist,
Police.
no
our city. Trey! Trey!
Hey, one lane, push over. One lane.
Justice!
One lane.
Trey! Trey!
Stay in one lane.
Trey! Trey! Justice! Now! Justice! Now! No peace! Police! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace!
Like always.
Justice! Justice! Now! Justice! Now! Justice! Now! Out here!
Okay, wake up now.
Out here! Out here! Out here! Trey! 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 Trey!
One man, one sound. Let's get together.
Hey, wait up, they dropped something back there. They got a bunch of people lagging. Let them catch up, let them catch up.
There's some people who didn't come out here because it wasn't man, one sound.
Spread out! We're not taking out one lane. We are not going to make it convenient.
Hey, we are not blocking the street. We are not blocking the street. Get in one lane. Hey, get in one lane or you're not with us. Get in one lane or you're not with us. Get in one lane or you're not with us. Hey, no.
This march is currently on Johnson Street.
Get in one lane.
Near Johnson Street in Cypress. Headed towards University of Louisiana right now.
No justice! No peace!
Right now there's kind of a disagreement between the actual protesters and this member here. Protesters are blocking the street completely, but there's one in particular who says that they should only block one lane right now. But we're still headed down Johnson Street. Security is in place right now. There is security here. But right now, we're currently on Johnson Street, headed towards University. We started off at the General Mouton statue.
No peace! Police! No peace! Police! No peace! Police! No peace! Police!
And if we don't get it, shut it down.
Shut it down! 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 Shut it down!
Right now they're chanting, if we don't get it, shut it down. It as in justice for Trayford Pellerin.
No peace. Police.
Black lives matter.
Black lives matter!
Black lives matter.
Black lives matter!
that says stay hydrated. Thank you, Miss Jennifer. There are people here with wagons here with bottles of water in it. They're currently screaming Black Lives Matter. We're on Johnson Street right now, currently headed towards University.
Police! No peace! Police! No peace! Police!
What do we want?
Justice!
What do we want it
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
What do we want it
Now!
What do we want it? What do we want it
Now!
We're calling for unity. Everyone should be just as disrupted as Trey's mom is. They should be hurting. They should be sick to their stomach having to see an innocent person slain. There's no reason why anyone should be anything else but hurt and disturbed, and it'd be hard for them to sleep at night. And if you're watching, you can Trey! We're tired of just seeing people put their hands up. Come and walk. We slowing down. No beef. Police. No peace. Police.
Matter!
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter.
Stand up, fight back!
The person with the gun is part of the
Stand up, fight
Blue
back!
Boys.
Stand up, fight
They
back!
are part of the security team.
Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back!
As you can tell, there are people here part of the security team. That person with the gun is part of the security. He is not opposed to the movement.
Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut that bitch down! Shut that bitch down! No peace! Police!
No justice!
No peace!
No racism!
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 Police!
Black Lives Matter!
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 Black Lives Matter! No peace! Police! No peace! Police! No peace! Police!
No peace. No peace.
Shut it down! 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 Shut it down!
No peace! No peace! No peace!
No peace! Trey! 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 Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
More streets! More streets! More streets! More streets! More streets! More streets! Whole city! Whole city! Whole school! Whole school! Whole school! Whole city! Slow down, everybody, slow down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. Don't come and push on. Shut it down. Hey, great t-shirt. Say his name. Great t-shirt. Say his name. You're paying attention.
Trey! 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 Trey!
No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace.
Okay, so if you're just with us,
What do we want it? Now.
we started
What do we want
at the General Mouton statue, walked all the way downtown, and now we're currently on Johnson Street, headed towards University, the University of UL. We currently have in place with us the Boogaloo Boys, as the Lafayette Police Department started with us. We have a series of security with us right now, including the Boogaloo Boys and personal hightail security with us right now.
What do we want it now? What do we want? Justice! What do we want it now? What do we want? Justice!
Just as a side note, this guy right here does have a gun, but he is not in opposition of this protest or the movement, as well as this guy right here. They're not in opposition of this movement. We're currently turning right now on University. It looks like we might be headed towards the Lafayette Police Department.
Now! Justice! Now!
Trey! 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 Justice! Now! Justice!
You want justice in the nation?
Justice!
You want
Now! Justice! Now!
Claim you want equality.
Trey!
Say his name.
Trey!
Say his name.
Trey! Trey! Trey!
You're an American citizen. You want liberty. Say his name.
Justice! Now! Justice! Now! Justice! Now! Justice! Now! Trey!
If you're just joining me, we were just by the General Mouton statue in downtown Lafayette. We're currently on University Avenue, headed towards what looks like is the Lafayette Police Department. This is a protest for Trayford Pellerin, currently going on right now on University. Well, I apologize about that. It looks like we're currently turning right now on the University of Louisiana at Lafayette parking lot currently right now.
No peace. No justice. 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 No peace. No justice.
No peace!
No justice.
No peace!
No justice. Everybody's
No peace!
Say his name.
Trey!
Say his name.
Trey!
As you can see, guys, this is a very, very diverse crowd. There's all types of races here, black. Looks like it actually may be mostly whites here.
Our city! Our city!
But some of the members of the village that has this forum are amongst some of the groups that are with us right now. The village, the Boogaloo Boys, and I believe the Black Panthers should be coming with us soon. But we're headed towards Martin Hall on University of Louisiana at Lafayette campus.
Trey! 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 Well, why are they on UL's campus today? There's no one on campus today. Well, that's the very problem. There should be more people on campus today, because that's where we march. And everyone who's sitting there at home and will see this and wonder what it is that they're doing. If you don't know, then that's the problem. That's the problem. You aren't saying his name to your neighbors. You aren't saying his name in the mirror. You aren't saying his name in your dreams and in your nightmares. Because people should not just be afraid that a black life is taken away because of that family. That's right. If you truly value black people, you'd be afraid for your own family. Right. How dare them not think about the innocent black children that are losing their fathers? And these are powerful people. These are people that you're taking away that can do good for your community. Trayford had a purpose, he had a family, and he was taken innocently. That should disturb anyone, any ideology, any place in this country, any place in this world, if we're speaking for one truth. I'm so proud of everyone that's here. We're going to stay here. We're going to continue to say his name and demand that others know him. Tell people to come. Tell everyone you know. Wake them up right now. Demand. Don't just make suggestions. Tell people that you are hurting and that they should be hurting too. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Right.
Tell everybody you know, tell them come. It is a shame that in our own city, we can't draw more people here. In Atlanta, in Tennessee, people came out, called your friends, tell them it's time to make a stand for Trayford.
Where is it that they work that they can't be here at this time?
They can come, they can join us. This movement is nonviolent, but we want answers from the city. Josh Guillory must leave. Josh Guillory must leave. Josh Guillory must leave.
Jamal, just try. How many of you know that Josh Guillory does not believe voter suppression exists? How many of you know that Josh Guillory does not think that what he did on the north side of town was racist? So how many of you can actually believe that his leadership is legitimate in this time of what we're dealing with? How many of you can trust the words that come out of Josh Guillory's mouth? Republicans or Democrats don't trust Josh Guillory. So what makes you think that while Trayford lies in a funeral home and while his mother has to make plans to bury her child, that I would believe a word that comes out of the man who couldn't even give her his condolences that comes out of his mouth? We must continue to come together, my brothers and sisters. All of us come together so we can make sure that this type of leadership is not in our government. He thinks that he is a Donald Trump Jr. How many of you know that Donald Trump is in the state of Louisiana right now? Yeah. How many of you know that they won't even acknowledge the fact that black men are dying in the streets of the United States of America? That's right. By the hands of the ones who we pay to protect us. So you pay for your own slaughter. All I want to say is that we must do better in Lafayette. We've got to do better. We've been calling on leadership and from people from the community for 3 months now. And it's got to be better than this.
That's right.
The destruction that we're seeing from hurricanes, that storm doesn't last always. But the destructions that we're seeing in the homes, the destruction that we're seeing in homes due to people, it's a sickness that's in the minds of our American citizens. If we can cure the sickness that's in the minds of the people that are next door, we can't have people like that in power. The reason why people feel comfortable saying the things that they're saying, flicking the middle finger as they drive by, is because they honestly believe that they have a city that would back that belief. And you know what? I honestly believe that too at this moment. But that doesn't have to last always. It takes people to stand against someone to make them feel uncomfortable in what it is that they are saying. It takes a village. You need to let people know that this is an organized group and it can remain that way, but they can join in.
If I can have a couple of moments. I feel very comfortable speaking from these steps because I have my name on one of those bricks. And I want to ask right now, how many of you are graduates of the University of Louisiana at Lafayette? I'm sorry, but when I graduated, it was called USL. And down below, right below me, there's a capsule there, a capsule that marked many of the times of it marked what was happening in 1984, the year before I graduated. And before that, there was a capsule below me there. You see that right below me? That capsule marked some of the things that were happening in 1961. And in 1984, it was open so that we could see what was happening generations before us. I want you to know, brothers and sisters, that your effort and your sacrifice will not be in vain. But from generation to generation, the people must stand up and seek more righteousness. Amen. That we might see justice roll down like a mighty river. And now I say to you, do not be dismayed by the lack of energy that comes from our city parish. In fact, it is an indication of how much work we must do. Right. We cannot let this moment, this time in American history pass our community, as so many have complained in the generation before me that the civil rights passed ours. I call to mind right now the great ancestors of Janelle Shagwar, Dr. Raphael Barenko, and many, many more. Father A.J. McKnight, Errol McZeal, all those freedom fighters who made it so that we could even come to school on these grounds. And now, it's about living. It's about living in a society where we will not be judged by the color of our skin. We will not be shut down because our skin is not white. We will not be relegated to second-class citizen as some people can carry a weapon, but if your skin is brown or a little darker than mine, you got to be shot down like a dog, like Brother Trayford was. We're not telling the police not to do policing. We're telling the police don't kill people. You're going to go to save a life, and more lives are taken because you responded to the call. And so it is we rise our voices with all those around the country who do not believe that policing is just and right in America. That old slave catcher mentality of policing must go. Yeah. And I see the sign, defund the police. We must continue to press on for the higher calling, knowing that every system in America can be improved. Our educational system can be improved. Our policing systems can be improved. Every single thing that we must move forward to create a more perfect union. So I thank you for your presence. I thank you for your energy. And I say keep on, keep it on. Thank you for you young people for standing up in your moment and in your time. God bless y'all.
Thank you, Bishop.
It's not a moment, it's a movement.
Yes, sir.
Every person here and their collective energy will get justice for Trayford. If you haven't seen his mother, and the look in her eyes to know that she'll never see her son again. But yet, a few days ago, we went to the Circle K, and mere hours after he had died on their doorstep, they opened the doors back. The money mattered more to them than the life. Not only did they do that, they put a trash can on the spot that he died. Yet, there are people in our community that were more upset because someone couldn't get gas. Folks, protesting is not about making people comfortable. When folks refused to give up their seats on the bus, it was against the law at that time. St. Augustine said an unjust law is no law at all.
No law.
So we must continue to stand 10 toes down for Trayford.
Yes, sir.
For it might be us next.
Yes, sir.
I tell you, turn to the person next to you and realize we're not in this alone. Lafayette is a broken city, but I'd rather die on my feet
than live on my damn knees.
Than live on my damn knees.
That's right. We stand. Don't kneel. We stand. We are stand.
How many aren't filmed? How many are not filmed? That is the question. Let me tell you, I'm not from here. I'm from New Orleans. I go to school here. And I think that this is beautiful. People standing up. Because I'm going to tell you, there's a situation that runs deeper than the surface. And I'll tell you why. In 1983, it was exposed from within the presidential cabinet that they started the war on drugs to suppress the black vote. For years and years and years, black people have been incarcerated at numbers that are far unfavorable to that of their white counterparts. They have been executed in the streets, and no awareness has been drawn to it. Now that we live in a social media age, we have an opportunity to put a fucking end to it. And we are saying enough. I want to tell you that this movement gains power, not because it's just black people out here, because it's white people too.
Right.
And let me tell you, we have an opportunity in Lafayette, Louisiana, to do something that is not in New Orleans. In New Orleans, it is 68% black, majority. In Lafayette, we reside in a conservative-based city with all types of racism and bigotry. And I will tell you out of personal experience, because my grandparents were those racist assholes. And just like my grandparents, a lot of your grandparents as well. This movement is going to gain power from the outsiders, standing up and telling their parents, their grandparents, when they make jokes, when they say stupid shit at Christmas, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Enough is enough. We are fucking tired, and it ends at our generation. We will not leave our children, our grandchildren, in this corrupt world. I am telling you that if you are scared to stand up to your parents, if you are scared to stand up to your grandparents, reach out to us. We are your family now. I am telling you it will not be easy. You will be isolated as I have been. But when you're doing the right thing,
Come on now.
it doesn't fucking matter who agrees.
Yeah.
No justice!
No peace!
Say, I'm gonna do this. Look, I'm gonna say Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Murder. Black Lives Matter.
Blue lives matter!
Black Lives Matter.
Blue lives matter!
One more time, I can't hear y'all. Black Lives Matter.
Blue lives matter!
A lot of y'all may not know who I am. And if you don't, my name is School Money. I'm a local DJ and MC here. And I've been a part of this community all my life. And I don't need no intercom for my voice to travel. Because I'm angry. I'm upset. And I'm tired. When you see Trey, you see me.
That's right.
You see a black man with tattoos. You see a black man with gold. You see a black man with black hair. You see a black man wearing gold and diamonds. But as long as I've been in my community, I have been policed far too long. I feel like one of the lucky ones. One of the lucky ones who was fortunate enough to always make it bypass the law. Trey was not only a brother of mine, he was a friend. In a time of need, he cut my hair whenever I need a haircut done for shows. And 2 weeks before that, he told me about his inspirations about being a barber. They brought up his criminal history when he was killed. This is before they even did an investigation. They sided with police before. And in the process of that, his last run-in with the law was in 2013. We're in 2020. At 7 years. At 7 years, he never had a run-in with the law. 7 years, he never had to go to court. 7 years, he never had a law called on him. 7 years, he never seen the police, period. He has never had a run-in with them until Friday. Until last Friday when he had that run-in. So what I'm saying is, they can't tell us that it's a problem with police, and we know it's a problem with it. Because 7 years, he didn't have a problem. Until last Friday. I'm coming as a citizen. I'm not worried about being a protest and my name being out. Years ago, I was destroying my community. And now that I'm doing it the right way, and I have my kids, and I have my career, my taxes pay for this city. So I have the right to know what's going on in it.
Yes.
Say that, say that.
And we all do. We all do.
Amen.
And the reason why I'm telling y'all that is because at the end of the day, we should all feel guilty. Because we pay into a system and we buy into a system that allowed that to happen to Trey. They say it's justice for all, but I don't see that here. I clearly don't see it. We said we was going to come and protest. Mayor Josh Guillory put a ban. He tried to put a ban out, which I heard somebody made it say they said it was a fake ban. But it didn't matter what type of ban it was for me. It was propaganda. It was propaganda to put out just to disturb the people, to make them not do nothing. And the reason why they're being so solid, right now is because they know they're covering it up. They're trying to figure out what to do to make up for their mistakes, when it should have never been a mistake. I'm not here to tell Mayor Josh Guillory how to be the mayor of the city. But I can tell you this, he should have never sided with police first. He should have never sided with police first. He shouldn't have did that. As the mayor of the city, your job is not to take sides. Your job is to be the mayor. He could have went home and still been a racist bigot inside his home, personally, if that's what he wanted to do. That's his personal choice. But as the mayor of this city, as the mayor, you have a constitutional right and guidelines to follow by the people. The money that we put into your system, the money that we put into your $200,000 house, the money that we put into your cars, the money that goes, the money that takes your children and we send them to school off of our money. And you kill one of our own citizens in the street, and you expect us to not ask for answers. This is the problem. The problem starts at the mayor's office, in the city hall, where the council city meetings make all the decisions for us, based upon what we make off of our money. They take that tax and make a budget, and they spend it. That's what they do. So for every time a road is being built on the south side, and it's not built on the north, you should be asking what they're doing with your tax money. For every time they go in the park, and they redesign the park, and you see a park on the south side being built nice, you should ask what they're doing with your money. That's your money. That is your money. So I'm not here to fight any other fight, but two fights. My fight is for Trey. That's right. And my fight is a citizen as this city. And I want to know. I'm not going to say it nice. I want to know what the fuck you're doing with my money. That's what I want to know. I want to know what the fuck you're doing with my money. I have the right to know. So please don't forget this. We all pay taxes. Everybody votes. That's all fine and dandy. But right now it's time to disrupt them. We have to make them very uncomfortable, because they're very comfortable where they are right now. They're very comfortable where they are right now. We had 75 people come and march to the federal courthouse. They laughed at us and they told us that we wasn't successful. But I can tell you this, when we got there, they shut the courthouse down. They didn't want to be involved. They said, got protesters coming, we have to leave. But I won, because a black brother didn't go to jail that day. That's right. They had to dismiss court. Somebody went to court and said, I don't have to go today, I got time to get my money right. Somebody went to court and said, I didn't have to violate my parole today. They let me go today. Just for that day. And what I'm saying is, use that day. We have to disrupt them every day. We have to disrupt them every day. We have to say something every day. We can't keep letting it go. For every time something happens, we wait a week. And we wait 2 weeks. And we wait 4 weeks. And we wait a month. And as long as you take that month, you should double and triple it as of the time they're going to give you for them to respond. So that's why I'm here to let my people know. After the day, don't let it be the last time that we rally. Right. Don't let it be the last time that you say something. That's right. Everybody out here should be getting everybody's contact. Find out who you need to know. Shake hands with everybody, because look at us. Look around you. It's not many of us. So the fight is bigger than what we think. Right. The fight is bigger than what we think. Traffic is still driving like nothing happened. The banks are still open like nothing happened. The court is still open like nothing happened. Police are still policing like nothing happened. Right. Yep. So the world is constantly moving. The world is constantly moving around us. We have to disrupt it, y'all. Yes, sir. Say his name. Say his name. Say his name. Say his name.
I love everybody here. We all love everybody here.
I'm going to keep this short and brief. I'm pretty sure everybody knows here that this is a teddy bear. This is a representation of Trey. I did go to school with him. I did share the passion of cosmetology. I was his student leader. I was the one showing him there are ways to get around things. Sometimes he would come and consult with me when he had problems. But I gave him the name Teddy due to his personality. He was quiet, smiling all the time, sharing his energy, very passionate about his community, giving back. If he had it, he'd give it to you. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you know that we started a community service in effort to show everybody that it's not just about protesting. It's not just about justice. It's about also taking care of our community.
Right.
From now on, when I hold this up, I want you all to also think about Trey. He's here in our presence. Just remember, justice for Trey! Justice for Trey! Justice for Trey!
All right, I know a lot of people might be tired from us marching over here, but we're going to be tired for a long time if we don't continue marching. We'll be able to go to sleep tonight and wake up and feel well rested again. But if we continue to let the streets not be flooded, not only with our bodies, but with the name Trey, with a demand for liberty and justice for all, we pledge allegiance to a flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. And I think that we have a lot of people in our country right now who are pledging allegiance to a party system, to a flag, that they forget that our country is nothing without the republic for which it stands. Recently, I've been having people reach out and find things that can be said to counter the things that we're being told. A lot of people are saying, how can I remain peaceful when the opposition to something that should be thought about and obviously accepted amongst all is so aggressive? We'll simply ask questions. You ask people, do you not pledge allegiance? When you put your right hand on your heart, do you not say that you want liberty and justice for all? Do you not claim that you love this here country? If that is the case, then how can you see injustice in your own city? Right. In your own city, no matter what you think someone's done. If a person is killed before they see their day in court, that is fact. It is injustice. How can you see injustice in your own city and not even say a word? Sit in your car and look forward at the red light, right, and not even turn to see the tears falling down your fellow citizens' faces. Does that not bring pain to your heart? You can see a stranger walking and see them crying, and you'll walk up and say, hey, what is it that's going on? How can I help? Well, at least that's what we hope. But you know what's happening in your own city. People love to say, well, this was a criminal. Did an officer know that when he walked up? Or did he just know that this is a black man? And when you walk up to it as a police officer, all you know is that someone has called and that this person is the one that is claimed as guilty. That's all we do know.
All right, everybody. I know we're a little bit tired of the marching and talking, so this is what we're going to do. All right? This is a charge. Everybody pull your phones out. Social media is a powerful thing. Do you know that it was a bunch of TikTok users that stopped Donald Trump's, he was going to, I forgot where he was going to be. Tulsa. He was he was obviously the most racist thing he could have done. And a whole bunch of kids on TikTok stopped people from going to his rally. He thought millions of people would be there. It was a few thousand that showed up. So it's going to be up to us to make this change happen. So I need you to go on social media, tag as many of your friends as you possibly can tag, hashtag Justice for Trey, hashtag Trayford Pellerin, all the hashtags you can, Lafayette, Louisiana, hashtag Lafayette police shooting, and make sure that you tag your friends and tell them to meet you here. We're going to stay here for about 15 more minutes, and while you're doing that, fellowship amongst each other, remember social distancing, using your mask, talk to each other about why you're here. Let's motivate each other. Then in 15 minutes, We're going to give them marching orders, and we're going to march to our next destination. And we're going to keep them wondering where the hell we're going to be at in this city. All right? So encourage somebody to show up here so we can have a bigger crowd, so we can make a bigger noise.
And before we go, listen. If you need motivation to think about why we're here and why we're doing this, if you need the perfect ammo, I'm about to give it to you. Because I want you to imagine something. Imagine that we see white men every day. And this is not to be racist, I'm far from it. We see white men every day agitate police, push police before their limits, way beyond their limits.
Right.
They question their authority. They tell them that they don't have rights.
Right.
They tell them that I'm on private property.
Right.
This is my truck. I do what I want. My taxes pay for this. And they never die.
That's right.
They get in their car and they go home to their family. So I want you to think about that. Because every time a black man gets pulled over, the first thing he has to think about is his life. Nothing else. Black men die in this country every day for misdemeanors. Misdemeanors. So as you congregate and you get to know each other, let that marinate in your mind every day that we see different other races all the time push police before a black man is. Black women, it doesn't work. Children, kids get killed by police. Let's not forget Breonna Taylor was sleeping in her house.
Yeah.
A certified EMT that went to school and works for the law. She works for the law. She's one of them. She was sleeping and got killed. And they haven't given any type of justification for it yet. So this is what you're up against. So think about that as you get context with everybody and mingle and talk. This should be your motivation because we know this is facts. This is facts. It's proven.
All right, everyone, what's up? If you have not been added to the village chat, find me on Instagram at missingmyhomeplanet. You need to send me a picture of your face and your phone number in order to be added to the chat. We're not adding randoms. That's not what we're going to do. Again, missingmyhomeplanet on Instagram. Shoot me a message. By tonight, I will have you in the chat. Don't forget, you have to send me a picture of your face to be added. Thank you.
All right, everybody, grab you some water, get hydrated, and y'all fellowship.
Thank you for being here.